Welcome to the channel. As I've said before, I create videos, content for nurses preparing for their NCLEX. They want to crash their NCLEX and they've crashed their NCLEX. Based on recommendation, I'm making videos for people trying to study for the TEAS. These are anatomy and physiology videos that when you watch it, there's no questions on anatomy and physiology. This is to help you crash your TEAS exam successfully when it comes to anatomy, physiology, and biology. So stick around and let me show you content-related test-taking strategy that you need. This is intimidating as usual. Like I say, anatomy and physiology can be very intimidating. But look, don't worry. You have to understand the question. The question says DNA strand to what? ATGCCT. What is the complementary? What it means is complementary means what DNA strand is double helix. So if one helix has A, T, G, C, C, T, what is it going to pair with? This is not mRNA. This is DNA. So the DNA complements you follow the pairing. And what is the pairing? A pair with the T and G pair with the C. That's all. So if I see A, I should see a T here. If I see T here, I should see a here. If I see G, I should see C. If I see C, I should see G. C, G, and A. Therefore, look at it. The next complement should start with the T. This does not start with the T, eliminated. This does not start with the T, eliminated. These two start with the T, followed by A. They both have A. Followed by C. Both have C. Followed by two G's. There's two G's here, and there's one G here. Therefore, number one is the right answer, and A is correct. That is how you answer this question. How many daughter cells are produced at the end of meiosis? You have to know the difference between meiosis and mitosis. The key is what? Mitosis is just basically replicating what you have. One, you go here. Meiosis, want to make a gamete. So one divide into two, right? Thus divide into two. And then when you finish, you go to another cycle. So you end up having 4 cells. That's the difference. So at the end of mitosis, you have what? Of meiosis, you have 4 daughter cells. That is the difference between meiosis and mitosis. So 4 daughter cells. And this is what this question is highlighting. Like they say, it's a content I'm teaching you by using questions to teach you. What distinguishes meiosis from mitosis? Mitosis occur only in gametes. No, occur both normal cells and gametic cells. Meiosis results in identical cells. No, the cells have half of, you see the 2 stages in the end of went, you're going to have 4 daughter cells. They cannot have the same constituents as the parent. Meiosis include 2 rounds of cell division. Yes, 2 rounds of cell division that led to the gamete. Mitosis reduced the chromosome number by half. No, you have the same content. Therefore, number 3 is the right answer. Which part of the brain controls involuntary action like breathing and heart rate? This one you have to know, right? The cerebellum is part of the behind the brain. Right? At the bottom portion of it is involved with balance, right? Hypothalamus control temperature and everything. Cerebrum is basically one end of the brain. The medulla oblongata is part of the brainstem that control your breathing and your heart rate. So this is your right answer, number 3. What is the function of myelin sheath in the nervous system? The myelins, if this is the neuron, there's the axon here. On top of it, there's a yellow fat on top of it. And this is the synaptic end. And this is the head of the neuron. And you have dendritic cells. These receive information, the cell process it, and it tries to fire the transmission. In order to let it go faster, the information jump from one end to another because of these layers. These are what we call myelin sheaths. Therefore, they help with the transmission, speed it up so that it can go fast. They don't store neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are stored at the synaptic cleft. They don't generate nerve impulses, right? They're responsible for just allowing the nerve impulses is generated by the axons. Okay, so what is the right answer? Number 3. Which organ remove nitrogen waste from the body, from the blood? You know, nitrogen waste is urine, right? Therefore, we get rid of nitrogen waste through urine. Which of these you pee through? Liver, you don't. Pancreas, you don't. Gallbladder, you don't. The one that urine comes from it is the kidney. Content, answer questions in easy way. What hormones is released in response to low blood glucose, right? Low blood glucose. Low blood glucose. So what do you think? If your glucose is too low, you need to increase your glucose. But the hormone that you release is not insulin. Insulin decreases your glucose. Cortisol, yeah, may increase in the stressful form, it increases, but we don't release it to increase our glucose. The one that we release is glucagon. So glucagon is responsible for increasing our glucose level. What type of joint is found in the shoulder and elbow and allow for the greater range of motion? Once again, what type of joint is found in the shoulder and allow for the greatest range of motion? Look at your shoulder. If this is the individual, there's something here like that, right? And the head of the humerus come and they come down like that. And this is your chest wall, right? So this thing come here and the humerus come here like that. So you see this head and this look like a socket and this look like a ball. So it's a ball and socket joint. That is the shoulder joint. Okay, so that's the way to underline. Which organelle package and transport protein? Packaging and transporting. Ribosome make protein. Nucleus contain the DNA. Endoplasmic reticulum make protein. The one that package it after it's made is the Golgi apparatus. Number 4. What process allows water to move across the semi-permeable membrane? Semi-permeable membrane, water moving through, that is osmosis. There's no energy. Water is what? A solvent. Diffusion allows solids to move. Filtration is solid. Active transport, moving solid. Water movement is osmosis. This is content. You can see these questions are straightforward. I try to give you keywords so that next time when you see osmosis, boom, you know that is water absorption, water movement. Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching and good luck in your exams. Keep charging us always. Never stop charging.